Alright, let's do one more opening, which I think is a nice opening for beginners. It's not an opening I play myself a lot, so might be lacking a bit in overall knowledge. I have a basic understanding of what you're supposed to do, and it's called the King's Indian. And you can play. The good thing about it is you can play with white and with black. Um, there is a lot of theory, of course, to it, but I'm sort of. We're gonna go through it some games, try to get like a basic understanding of what's going on. So yeah, let's just see what's up. All right. So if you're black, the best move to start with is the queen's pawn one up. Okay, and then this pawn one up, and then you move the knight here, and then you move the bishop here, and your castle. And so now it's okay. So the point is to get like this fianchetto bishop with your short castles. Now you can just develop normally. Alright, so let's see if we can find a square where our bishop could go to. I'm thinking this. Okay, well actually that's not the right idea. And well actually we want to break forward with this pawn, so I'm afraid I'm gonna have to move it again. Yeah. And so, you know what? I'm totally doing it wrong. I'm just gonna fianchetto my bishop as well. So my opponent is rerouting his knight. Alright, and now let's see here. Okay, so they decide to do that. Well, that's fine. We can move our knight here, I suppose. They haven't really castled yet. So, okay, for the first time they're thinking, and they hung a knight, so that's nice. I like it when people hang knights and they hang a rook, so that's also great. Don't really know what my opponent is. Oh, I could have really escaped. That's too bad. I could have escaped with all the money in the bank. And now we're gonna have to go. We're gonna have to go for a desperado of some sort. That's too bad. But still, we got a lot for we got a real bang for our buck, as they would say. So yeah. Actually, what am I doing? I first need to move my knight. Because this is just a clean blunder of a pawn, folks. So, but yeah, I actually think that this is a pretty good demonstration of the King's Indian so far. We just stuck to the plan and actually waited for our opponent to make a mistake, and they did. They hung all their pieces. Don't expect every game to go like this when you play the King's Indian, of course. Some people are gonna... Okay, he took a long time to think about that move. Well, we're just gonna come in here and try to trade queens, so we are definitely sure that we are going to win this game. Alright. I mean, it's going to be very hard to lose this endgame, but don't put it past me, because I've lost positions in the past, which I really shouldn't have. All right. Yeah, let's boot the knight. Maybe Maybe get my knight involved somehow. But how? I mean, this seems sort of dead. Maybe here? That activates my bishop. Is that really attacking anything? I mean, we're a rook up. That's it. Maybe we should get that other rook in the game. I mean, I really want to trade pieces right now. So if that means trading, and there we go. Well, that's great. Now you can. So when you see this and they defend with a pawn, if you can attack with another pawn, they're sort of pinned. Destructive moments. Just attack with a pawn, and they're gonna lose that piece. So, I mean, I guess this is really lights out for my opponents. Yeah. Alright, there we go. We take the bishop. Let's not overthink it. Let's take that pawn. Alright, let's double up the rooks. Try to get that rook off the board would be nice. Getting a trade of some sort. That's an attack on the rook. Alright, great. We trade rooks and we win the game. And how do you win this? How do you win this end position? How do you win this position? You put a rook behind the pawn and you promote. I mean, he is never gonna get there on time. He's just not gonna make it, and this is quite a resignable position. But let's show how it's done. And so now we could go for a ladder mate, but we don't. He wants to rematch me, which is okay. So let's play the King's Indian again. When you're white, you can first move out your knight. And then you can play this. So I'm going to show you right away now that you can play it with white as well. Let's see here. So we got again this setup with the bishop on the long diagonal. Alright, so now we can actually straight away just fianchetto out our bishop. I actually kind of like that. Okay, they're playing super aggressive stuff here from my opponents, going for that immediate flank pawn attack. I'm not too worried, I would say, but maybe that's a gross miscalculation on my part. So, I'm guessing that's a free pawn. Okay, so let's strike out in the center. Is that me or is that another free knight? That's a free knight. Alright, great. Wait a minute. Look at this. And we win a rook again. Yeah. How can we deliver that deadly blow? Let's see here. If I go here, they can only go here. I can just trade it off. No? Okay. They really like having their pieces pinned, apparently. So somehow we gotta... Maybe we should just open the center of the board. I feel kind of bad for my opponent. let's just trade all the pieces. Because, yeah. Let's get our queen out of here, because when he moves the knight, though, yeah. Okay, all I gotta do is just not hang my queen. So, why not play it safe? I mean, it is, okay, he's still trading pieces. He doesn't have much pieces left to win this game. Which is fine. For me, at least. Okay, let's try to open up the board, really get the king out in the open. I mean, if he wants to go again, I don't know if it's really... Well, it's okay. Okay, he goes for an aggressive rook move. I'm guessing... Okay, let's see here. We gotta... Okay, so that's check. So, the way you can defend this is by playing this pawn run and 1 up, and it's probably going to play this. So, let's see here, check. Let's see if we can deliver checkmate before our opponent does. I don't know if I want to get my bishop out though. Oh, here we go. Look, X-ray. Yeah, there you go. GG. Okay, I don't think he wants to play again. But yeah, two very instructive games. I think the second one was even better actually. Although my opponent made it very easy for me. But so this is the idea. You want to get this little house for your king. So you move the pawn up, and then you castle. And this is very solid. It's very hard to break through. And if your opponent doesn't really know how to play, I mean, I don't really understand why you would do this so early in the game. Just a pawn push, and here he forgets that my knight can just take. And I mean, he could take, but that's not really a good trade for him. And then here he forgets that my queen is just looking at this. For the life of me, I don't understand what's going on. Maybe he tried to castle and mouse slipped. I don't know. And then forgetting that Fee and Kettle bishop really worked out in the end, no? So yeah, and from there on it was just slowly punishing his bad setup. If we go back to the other game, actually, I think, funnily enough, I really screwed up the opening in some sense. This bishop move is incorrect because you actually want to push that pawn. And I realized, and then I realized how actually I went here. But since my opponent was so passive rerouting the knight, he gave me the time to actually set it up. And well, then when everything was in the right formation, again, I mean, I don't know, this was a kind of a bad move because he can take, and then things are actually looking pretty bad. But if your opponent doesn't take, you suddenly turn into a genius. And then if they still don't realize the threat, here I should have escaped this way, actually, because this way sort of, that didn't matter in the end. We converted the end game. All right, let's play one more game to really get that structure clear. All right, here we go. We get it with white, so we can just move out the knight as first. With black, you actually have to move up this pawn first. It's better. Anyways, all right. Let's get the bishop fianchettoed. Okay, they fianchettoed their bishop as well. So that's gonna be interesting. Them two staring each other down. I don't really like this. Like just moving a pawn there for no reason. All right, let's just fianchetto our bishop again. See, we're already staring at it. If he sees it, or if he doesn't. All right, he does. So maybe let's get our queen in protection of the bishop. All right, they take. Okay. I mean, I guess we could go here, because I don't want to trade queens right now. But my opponent is quite confrontational. All right, now let's move this one up. Let's just have a good habit. Let's put the rook behind in case we ever forget that this pawn is sort of alright. I think I might move it to here. Alright, so now let's first do this, and then we're gonna look for this break here. My opponent still hasn't castled yet. Alright, well, the thing is they can sort of okay. Apparently they want to trade. I don't want to double my pawns, so I guess that's fine. Let's go. Let's go super aggro style. And maybe get the center of the board opened. I mean, it's not the worst thing in the world. Now the king is wide open. Queen is hanging. Let's go, check. Hanging bishop, there we go. Suddenly, life is looking very good. Very good indeed. Are we worried about that? Maybe we should be. Queen attack! Just going for that razzle, dazzle, puzwazzle queen attack. How can we check him? We can't. Damn. We had a cool check, but we can go here. Maybe. Because that opens up the line on the queen. He doesn't see it. Oh my god. And he doesn't take my rook? What is going on here? Maybe I should go back to protect. I mean, that bishop is lost, but it's okay. Okay, we should definitely get our rook involved. This might just be the first episode where we actually win all the games. Okay, he misses that. That's fine. And I think he surrenders. Yeah. Alright. What a messy game again. I think we both actually missed some stuff, but yeah, I mean, you see, if you just play theory again with the, I like this with the fianchetto bishop, and here just I wasn't willing to trade on his terms. So what I mean is, if I if he goes here and I take, I mean, I give him a chance to develop, you know, to get back into the game. I wanted to activate my pieces. All right, so now he wants to trade again. So if I take, he can get out his knight, and I just didn't feel like it, so I didn't do that. All right, so now the knight here, and yeah, finally looking for that break, that e pawn that goes up here, and then that f pawn break. Now here he could have en passant. Yeah, it's game on. But he didn't. For some reason, he did this. And from that moment on, yeah, that's what happens if you don't castle. You get into trouble. You run into trouble, and then suddenly lines opened up. So attack on the queen, check, and suddenly our bishops are staring at each other. And it was lights out. I could have also taken the rook here, tunnel vision on my part. And then he missed that his queen was hanging. And yeah, from here on out, it was just a mop up. So wow, we actually won all our games today with the King's India. Maybe it's an opening I should play more often. Of course, the opponents we were playing were a little bit lower rated, but I think it goes to show what a solid opening this can be. And yeah, if you play it right, you don't make a lot of mistakes. You just have a solid formation from which you can attack. And if you're playing lower rated opponents, the chances are they will make some mistakes, and you can capitalize on those mistakes. So I hope this was an instructive video. So it's a great opening if you don't really know, if you don't really want to learn a lot of stuff on setups and such. Of course, every opening has theory, so this one does as well, but it's always sort of more or less the same setup, so that makes it great if you don't want to memorize a lot of stuff. All right.